Ladies and gentlemen, I am Cronkite Satellite. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I just wanted to go over like all my albums and like talk about them for you, but also for me. I'm getting older and I'm forgetting stuff. I like to remember where everything came from because people ask me questions about songs and stuff, and sometimes I don't remember. So let's get this documented. We're going to start with the first album, New World Record. It's not actually the first one. There's two before that, but those are secret. Okay. This album was created in 2009. A bunch of it was created when I was living in Minnesota, and then I moved to Doha, Qatar, and that greatly impacted the sound. I like this album. I was just starting to figure out how to record, so it's still like when I listen to it now, it's kind of hard to listen to it because there's so much emptiness, but also that's kind of part of its appeal, I think. But also the songs are very long, and part of what really made me want to record this when I was in Qatar is I went to this party and I had the loop pedal out and I pass it around. It's just a fun game to like pass it around, like the mic around, and like people add on to the loops. And one dude was just like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna book you to play at my club, and it's like you're DJing, but it's different." I'm like, "Okay, cool. How long do I have to play for?" And he's like, 4 hours. And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna need to make some songs." So I kind of, with that in my mind, I was like, "Okay, I can keep the songs a little longer." And then like transition in between each song. Anyway, it didn't really manifest in anything, but it definitely, kicked me in the butt to actually record some stuff. So, first song. Everybody. This was written when I was in America, when I was in Minnesota, actually Wisconsin, because I spent a lot of time in Hayward, Wisconsin at the Lakuta Ray reservation, and camped there, went to powwows. Now it was the powwows that really got to me. They were like just the drums, the sacred circle, like doom, 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 and how people would honor the earth with their feet. And it's one of the reasons why I like to be barefoot, not the only one, but honoring the earth with your feet, like dancing on earth just to say like, "I love you, earth. Thank you for being here." Giving me something to stand on. And I wanted something that would bring people together. And I also had like a music video idea from when I was at one of the powwows, and with like the sacred fire, getting like tuning their drums before they'd play. And there's like this thing where everybody like rushed the middle of the circle, and I just didn't want to. I didn't know if I was like misappropriating it or anything like that, so I just didn't use it. I still have the footage. It's really cool, but yeah. The next song. The Sound Guy Hates Me. Oh boy. This was definitely written before I left America, because I noticed whenever I'd do shows, I'd show up with my loop pedal and like a guitar, and like sound guy bartenders are just like, "Who's this dude? What we got going on? This is gonna suck." Sound guys should love me. I used to be a sound guy. I run most of my own sound on stage. I know the struggle, man. Whoa, man. So I try to keep it as simple as possible. One DI, and then anyway. And the whole song is about like from the perspective of the musician up on stage. Like looking out at the crowd. The bartender hates me. The sound guy hates me. And then all of a sudden they hear me do a couple songs and they're like, this is sweet. And that's basically what the song's about. I like writing songs about music. A lot of people love to write songs about love and write songs about excess and drink. Let's drink. I like to write songs about music. I don't think it has been explored nearly as enough as it should, especially since music is music. Yeah. The Sound Guy Hates Me. That one did pretty well. That one, it's not like it put me on the map or anything like that, but it's a fan favorite. But again, needs to be a little shorter. Track 3. Why you gotta bring me down? I tried not to sound like other musicians. I know like a lot of people use another band's song or whatever as like inspiration for a song. Like a lot of my songs, I think that's why they sound weird, because I try to make them sound like their own thing. This is one of them. It's a good loop song. I still do it now. It's actually one of my favorite songs to do live, even though it's from 2009. I still do it. Can you hear the fighter jet going over? I'm in Singapore right now. This song is about, like, we all hold on to things. We all hold on to things that we think make us better. From the umbilical cord inside of our mothers to beer or coffee or cigarettes or something like that. This is a song kind of tackling that idea of we always kind of need something, and we really have to look at ourselves in the mirror. Only we can convince ourselves that we can do this on our own. We can stand on our own. I'm talking about in there, like, alluding to people that I've encountered in my past, stuff about myself, but all these things that we may think help us stand up kind of bring us down, you know. All right, next song. I really liked living in Doha. I really liked it. It felt like, I don't know what New York was like when it first kind of like, when people were coming in from all over the world and stuff like that, but I have a feeling that it was similar to Doha, because you just be at a party and there's people from like every part of the world. It's not just like 2 countries, it's like 20. It was really rad. And I kind of wanted to like talk about that, how kind of like lucky I felt to have this whole new, in a whole different country that I'd never been in before, and then it was so welcoming, and then there was so many other people from so many other parts of the world that were also just like, I remember one time, you know, it was like sunset, and a whole bunch of us just went and sat in a park, and we all tried to like, everyone like sung their national anthem. Of course, I got to me, and I got like halfway through, I'm like, man, I don't know like any of the words of this thing, but it was just like little things like that were like super cool. All of it was super cool, except for the traffic. I did not like the traffic. So this song was just about like how much I enjoy living in Doha. About like the moon looked like it smiled, and like I'd go play the drums in the sand dunes. Man, I remember seeing the sunset in the middle, like on the Saudi Qatar border, and watching the sunset, and like everything just turned like fire red. Fire orange. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. And, you know, just trying to capture these like little things that I've encountered when I was there, like smoking shisha, like the water pipe, like that was fun. The beat was made on this Korg synthesizer I have, which I'm sure I'll put a picture up next to me or something in post. I also like that the third verse gives thanks to the workers, you know, that were building that town, you know what I mean, that were making it what it was. Those guys work hard, you know, and I felt that they deserved at least one verse. It's the least I could do. Man, I got all nostalgic there. I don't know how to explain it, but it will always feel like home to me, and it was there for me. As you're gonna hear as we get into more of the albums, more of the songs, I went through some tough stuff, and really had to figure out who I was as an individual. But it really helped me, kind of took me in, took care of me, helped me see myself for who I always was. But I just need to figure it out, you know. Okay, this song. I think I had that riff for a while when I was living in America, but I never really found. I can't fully remember, but I remember the song was created because we went to go see like Paul Van Dyke or like David Guetta or something in Doha, some big DJ. Clearly, it was amazing because I remember it, and there was like this dude who like picked up one of my friends and just threw her into the pool. And like she was like, why would somebody do that? And I'm all like, rah, 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 testosterone me, like, let's go find this guy, rah, rah, rah. But like, you know, we didn't like punch it out or anything. I was just confused why he thought he could just do that. You know, we called the next day and apologized and all that stuff, but you know, no one's really sorry when they say sorry. If you were really sorry, you would like avoid the situation that makes you say sorry. So anyway, the next day, still a little like bothered by it. It doesn't seem like a big deal. It was kind of a big deal. Looking back, just seems like a little blip it just shows you how little control you have in your life sometimes, you know? If someone can just be like, and now I'm just going to do this and ruin your day. So, like the original lyrics were something like, oh man, I can't remember. It's like, you think you're so cool. That's not it. It was way better. But it's just something like that. Like, oh, you're so cool. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. With your muscles and your tattoo. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, there's a good riff under here. There's a good riff. I should probably like make different lyrics that are actually fun. I'm an artist. I'm a visual artist. I teach visual art. You know what I mean? All this in one body. So I wanted to use a lot of that. I'm waging war on all y'all. The second verse is hilarious. Like about burning my own CDs and giving them out for free. I don't typically do the second verse anymore when I do this song live because no one has a CD player anymore because Apple took it out of their laptops and the market followed so they could sell digital music. See, we're learning some stuff. We're getting to know each other. I'm feeling good about this. Anyway, I wish I had more to say about this song. Like, I am nature like Jackson Pollock, an artist by day and by night, an alcoholic. Oh, they're like, there's so much like inflection, is that the word I'm looking for? Like in the words that I say, it's not just like all monotone. It's all like a radio personality. It's almost like a little comedy show. Get out of my head and into my bed, reincarnate. Anyway, I like this song a lot. I don't do it live nearly as much as I'd like to, but it's always time. I ain't going nowhere. Are you? All right, what do we got next? You know, for the life of me, just can't remember where I wrote this. But I know I spent a lot of time on these lyrics. This was one of the first songs lyrically where it was like a whole story instead of just like little like snippets of lyrics that I put together to tell a story. This was like, this was, there I was just sleeping. Aliens came, picked me up. They're like, dude, you gotta go do this show on this planet. I'm like, man, I gotta work tomorrow though. They're like, we'll get you back. I did the show, and I got back, and still, I really do like this song, and it's really easy to play. I meant to have like the guitar with me, but it's like doo-ding, doo-ding. It's a really easy looping song, just starting and stopping as you go. Did I forget to mention that? And I have like, I remember when I was recording it. Yeah, I think I recorded this at my parents' house in St. Paul, because I remember when I was doing the drums, I accidentally doubled them up, and I was like, I like that. Like one's like a fraction of a second shorter, and I was like, this'll do. I like to say it's a true story, but it's not. I didn't really get abducted by aliens because we are the aliens. It's true. We've abducted ourselves. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I think a lot of it was made on that Korg synthesizer. That like drum machine synthesizer that I don't really use it anymore, but it's a really good, really fun tool. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that. As you can see, I have this like new world record, another dimension, birth of Earth. I have this space theme going on, Cronkite Satellite. Ooh. I should say before we do anything, the album name New World Record is based off of not New World Order, but now you see New World Record. This is based off of the idea that eventually humans are going to evolve so much physically that the Olympics, sports, stuff like that, we're not going to be able to beat any of the records because we've just hit peak physical perfection. You know what I mean? Our bodies can only do so much. So then the reason the New World Record comes in, we have to start to figure out how to do this stuff with our mind, how to use our brain as a muscle, and then evolve that even further, because they say we only use a small part of our brain, which I don't necessarily believe, but that's the next step in our evolution. New World Record, and it's like a record and it's an album, and ha. Okay, Alienate. I like this song. I like the beat. Again, a lot of this I was still figuring out how to record properly. I think I'm still not great. But again, I do all this stuff on my own, so it feels good. Even if I'm not feeling it, it's still like, well, I made it. You know, I did this. I could have outsourced it to somebody else, but it just feels better. you know, even if it's not where I want it to be. I think I can spit some bars, man. I think I'm all right. I don't have the same maybe lyrical content as like, I don't really consider myself a rapper or anything like that, but like this song can showcase that a little bit. My theme on this one was just like, we're just working ourselves to death, basically. That's another theme that comes up a lot in our music, like, or our music, like there's other people here. We work so hard, get so little. Nice way to control the masses, I guess. But the hook, whatever floats your boat, whatever stirs your stew. Right after my mom passed away, we found this poem that my mom wrote for like Valentine's Day or something to my dad, and like she wrote like, and I won't stir your stew, you know, something like that. It was really cute. Hey, call your mom, give her a hug, give her a kiss. I love my mom, but man, still wish I had more time with her. But you know, just like little things like that. I like to just pepper in, again, to listen to these songs and be like, oh yeah, man. They're all like little photographs, I guess, auditory photographs of my life. And this is just one of those songs. I think it's more of like a show-off song. Like, look what I can do verbally. Look how fast I can rap. Pushing a boulder uphill and hill. Anyway, that's this song. That's Alienate. It's a nice song. Yeah. When I moved over to Qatar, it was a eye-opening experience. The main reason I wanted to go over there is because, like, you know, living in America, people are always telling me, like, on the news, on what to believe about the rest of the world. And I was like, how about I make my own decision? Which is part of the reason why I moved there. A thing that kind of kept coming up is, like, you know, be the change you want to see in the world. You know, and that's kind of the idea behind this song. And it's actually a lot of the beats on this album, I think, are very reflective of, because like I play hand drums, you know, like I got one right here that I got when I was in Sri Lanka, but there's a darbuka that I got there, and really enjoyed playing that because it was a really important instrument to that part of the world too. Now I'm quite good at it, and I kind of adopted a lot of like the drum beats I'd pick up from people around there. And like when I would drive around Doha, like my favorite radio station was like all the way on the end, and it was like old like Arabic songs recorded at like weddings. It's like super like low quality, but it was just like no commercial. Oh, so good. I guess it'd be like the oldies for the Bedouins, you know? But it was so fun. It was like my favorite station, man. Haven't thought about that in a while. Wow. But another reason I like it is because it's so drum heavy, you know? This is the song where I really wanted to like I am the change, I am the solution, I am the problem. It's more of like a mantra, I guess, with a lot of like trippy like slides. But what's cool is QBS Radio, one of their DJs, Hytham, love you, bud. He was one of the DJs for like the top 40, and if I remember correctly, that song got like number 2 or 3, you know, beating out like Beyonce and Britney Spears and stuff like that. I can't remember whatever was popping off back then. Then he even invited me in to the radio station to like do some of these songs live. Like I did that one live. That was fun. Again, this is before I really figured out like looping, how to like. Well, I knew how to loop, but like don't bore us on with the chorus. You know, like how to make them like quicker, shorter, faster. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the people. You know, because that's the one problem about looping. It's sometimes if you're not smart about it, it's more fun for the person doing it and not for the crowd. So you want to like, don't bore us on with the chorus. Hytham saw something, heard something in it, and then he, you know, brought me in. It got some radio play, and it made me kind of reevaluate where I wanted to go with my music that someone else was listening to, especially someone who had like such a microphone that covered an entire country. No, it was really cool. I want to say more about this song, but I think that's it. Let's go on to the next one. This song is about how I am the instrument and the music passes through me. I remember there was a time when I would be sleeping in the Middle East, in Qatar, and I thought I would hear music in my dreams, and then I'd wake up. Maybe that was just call to prayer. Maybe I was just hearing that in my sleep. But no, like I'll still wake up in the middle of the night. You know, like now I'm in Singapore, and I'll still like have songs stuck in my head that I heard in my dreams. I guess it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes I can capture it and hold on to it, like bombs bursting in air. I'll take the table for two. That was in a dream. It was really weird. Right to Me is just about like how it's hard for me to sleep because I keep thinking about music. Also, how I want to have my music help the world. There's a lot. Up all night to the break of the morning light. I couldn't sleep a wink. I wish it was quicker though. Again, I like this album, but the songs are just a little too long. If this song was just like chopped in half, it'd be a banger, as the kids would say. A dance floor banger. I do like the synth. I was using another old Korg synthesizer. I'm sure I'll put a picture next to me of it. You know, all playing it in real time and stuff like that. And it was a fun song to make. All right, next song. I really do like this song. When I was living in China, I would do it live a lot more. I should probably bring it back. I try to keep my live shows like high energy. But this is a beautiful song, especially it's got kind of like that Blind Melon approach where the drums come in at the end. Boom, boom, boom. Again, different kind of drum beat than I typically do nowadays, where it's a pretty straightforward. This song is about, okay, I talked about it earlier. When my mom passed away, that's really when I was like, all right, time to leave home. It was the big kind of catalyst, I guess, to be like, all right, I can go. But this song is about growing up. It's definitely one of those songs that I like to look back on because, you know, it's from 2009. It's what, 2024 right now? Like, it's a long time ago. Again, a lot of these songs are like audio photographs for me to kind of remember where I was at that time. And just like the song Why You Gotta, this song has a lot to do with learning how to stand on your own, not relying on other people or other substances or just hiding, you know, wallowing in your own self-loathing. I think like I long to be wise in your eyes. I don't know if that's like, I hope I see myself as a wise person one day, or maybe you see me as a wise person one day. I always say, you know, I've made so many mistakes, I can finally start doing things right. But the older I get, the less I know. I think that's really important because, again, going to another song of mine, the question is greater than the answer, or something like that. The question is more important than the answer because the answer will just give you more questions. The question is always more important. This is just one of those songs where I really want to just take a long look at who I was as an individual. Cause I was going through some things. I was young, but I really do like the song. Again, I want to speak more about it. You know, I love the I like the guitar riff. It's really nice. It's a nice song. It's really nice. Okay, I said it's nice. I'm gonna move on to the final song from New World Record. I wonder. I think this was like one of the first real looping songs that I made when I got my RC50 Boss loop pedal. Went to drop D, got that nice drone going, and then kind of jammed on top of it. And then like I erased that one, then go into the I should have had my guitar with me, but you get the acapella version of this. And it's all about traveling around, learning new things, putting them into a song, and giving them back to the people. My understanding, I wrote this song entirely when I was in America still, and never left for the Middle East. That's kind of the whole Cronkite Satellite thing. There's a long answer, the short answer, the fun answer, and the one is, you know, like I travel the world like a satellite and then report on the things that I learn and put it in song to educate the world, man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna educate the world. I travel in ellipses through. I remember doing a show at Pachyderm Studios. They had like a barbecue backyard party, and I remember, you know, I was just one of the opening acts. But I remember when I did this song, like everyone kind of just like perked up and listened. I knew I had something special there. I don't do this song too often live. I should, because it's fun and it's easy. It's really easy. Anyway, that is New World Record by me, Cronkite Satellite. That's the best story I can give you from an album from 2009. Let's go on to the next one. Let's check out Looking Forward. And I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye.